fixing my torn up Toyota Tacoma seat, or at least trying to. Well, good morning everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. And that's right, today I'm going to try to fix my torn up Tacoma seat. I posted a video up a while back as to what was happening, and that was I was getting in and out of the truck with an exposed little button or a rivet on the back of my shorts. That rivet had gotten bent up a little bit, and there was kind of a metal edge, and it was scraping my seat every time I got in the truck, and ultimately has torn my leather. It's a drag. I'll show you in just a minute. But after posting that video, I had a lot of comments from people out there, and you guys are awesome, about how to fix it. So one of the biggest ones was using shoe polish, you know, this kind of stuff. So I went to the Walmarts today and I picked up some shoe polish. So I'm going to apply this stuff. We're going to see if it indeed fixes it. I don't expect it to get rid of the little tears, but I do expect it to cover up the white leather that's underneath, you know, the material that's apparently not dyed. Now, directions for this stuff, pretty simple. If you've never used it, I don't know how many people actually polish shoes anymore, but it says apply polish with a cloth or polish applicator. I don't have an applicator, so we'll be using a cloth. Allow to dry, buff to gloss. Okay, that's cool. And then it says for an extra high shine, which I really don't want. My seats aren't shiny. It says to apply another light coat, sprinkle with water, and buff with a soft cloth. Now that's way more involved than what I'm going to do. So let's go over, let's take a look. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. And then we'll actually attempt the repair. Right here on the corner of the seat. And it isn't anything huge, but it's there, and I see it every time I get in and out. You can see right here, right? And I don't know if the camera's going to do it justice, but it actually tore some of the leather. This is actually torn right here. And then some scratching right in here as well. And again, you can imagine when I get in the seat with my rear end scraping across that, every time it has torn this area up. Now, some of you may be wondering, well, what happened to the shorts? Well, the shorts are gone. They met their demise. Since I couldn't really wear them anymore without having this happen, I got rid of them. And I know some are going to say, well, couldn't you just be aware or cognizant of it when you get in and out of the truck? Yeah, I thought I could until I caught myself doing the same stupid thing again. So they're gone. The shorts are gone. That's what happens when my truck gets damaged. So let's go ahead. I'll set you guys up, and we'll see if the shoe polish fixes the problem. Here's a little ASMR for you. We're going to pop this open. Let's see if we get that fresh little shh when it opens. To do that, just twist this little thing right here. If you're not familiar, you know, here we go. Ready? Well, we got a little pop. That's about it. Okay, let's take a look. That's what this stuff is. Really kind of nasty. Let's go over to the truck. Let me set this down so I don't drop it somewhere and get it all over the place. Alright, let's see here. I have a little light on the subject now, so let me give you another shot. Maybe it'll come out a little bit clearer. There you can see what it looks like. That's what we're going to fix. Couple of cloths. I just use a couple of old rags. We're going to use, I guess we'll use black cloth to go ahead and put this on. I don't know if it really makes any difference. The one thing you want to be aware of course, you have the stitching, and if you gum this stuff up in the stitching here, just make sure you wipe that out. First of all, just kind of wipe it off, make sure it's nice and clean. You can see the tears. That one right there is fairly severe for what it is, and then this is an even bigger one down here. What a bummer, man. Anyway, enough sulking over the problem. Let's go ahead and see if we can't fix the problem. Okay, we're just gonna kind of dab a little bit of this stuff, kind of swirl it around. There you go, it's on the rag. And then I'm gonna kind of just dab the areas. I don't want to, wow, that really shows up. I hope it wipes off better than it looks there. Let's go ahead and see right now before I really get into it. Okay. I think it's going to be alright. I don't know. It looks kind of bright, but it will wear, of course, like everything else. So, let's go ahead. Actually, I think I'm going to approach this a little bit differently, because if you can see, it does leave a different shade on the material. So I'm going to go grab a couple of Q-tips and I'm going to just dab it in the holes as opposed to putting it all over the place. See if that works a little bit better. I think it might. So let me do that. I'll be right back. Got some Q-tips. It's amazing how often I use these things. Probably should be a staple in the garage, I think. So I'm going to take a different approach. I'm going to set this stuff down up here. Hopefully not get it on my seat anywhere else. It is nasty stuff. I mean, it really is. Probably already have it on me. Alright, I'm just going to dab some of this stuff on a Q-tip. Kind of swirl it around on a Q-tip here. Oop, and I probably have way too much. This is kind of a live and learn kind of thing. Alright, then I'm going to pull away where it's damaged. Probably should cut it off somehow, but I'm not going to do that. Then I'm just going to dab in the area where it's damaged. That's my plan. Yeah, I think that's going to work a little better. It still might leave some residue or a different shade, I guess, but better to protect it, I guess, than worry about vanity at this point. So this one down here is being difficult. You are supposed to let it dry, so I will let it dry. And maybe I do need that shinier surface than I thought. And then over here we're going to do the same thing. Again, keep in mind, I have never done this before. I have used shoe polish on shoes back in the day when I worked an office job and had to dress up in the attire that's required for such things, I guess. Don't miss that, by the way. Much more comfortable attire these days. Okay. It's covering it up. I mean, I'm not sure how well it shows on camera, but it certainly is covering. Again, I don't know that it's necessarily the answer, but it'll at least make me feel better when I get in and out of the truck and don't have to see that white leather that shines through underneath. Makes me wonder, you know, are the seats really just, and this is actually vinyl over here. That's not leather, but it's cut too, of course. So we're going to hit that. It actually, I think, might blend in a little better on the vinyl than it does on the leather. Okay, now let me grab another Q-tip here. I want to go back over it. You know, overkill is, you know, my best friend when it comes to this kind of stuff. I'm going to hit this one again. A little dab right there. It's amazing what you can do to damage your stuff, right? I mean, this was just from a pair of shorts. Who would have thought? Certainly not me, or I would have never done it, of course. There, that one's filling in a little bit better. Of course, the Q-tips want to come apart now. Gonna dab these a little here. I have a feeling that you're going to be able to see this once I'm done, but we'll see. It might buff up pretty well. I have a defective Q-tip. Let's try another one. Always a good reason to grab a bunch of them, right? In the old days, I would have grabbed exactly what I needed, you know, one. And then I'd be running back in the house to grab another. I've gotten wiser as I've gotten older, I think. Alright, I think that's going to be it. I'm going to let it dry, and we'll see what happens. You can see, of course, the spots right now, but they're wet, and I haven't taken anything off of it yet. There's where that was before, see, and that will wear off. You know, the one good thing about shoe polish, you know, the reason you have to keep putting shoe polish on shoes is because it wears off over time, right? Now, I don't expect it to wear out of the areas that were damaged down to that white leather, because it will, in essence, almost dye that area. So I don't look for it to come off there, but the stuff that I have right on the surface, like this little area right here, you can see kind of looks like a shadow there. That will wear off on my clothes, of course, as I get in and out of the truck, so no big deal. Anyway, let's let this dry. I'll come back on, we'll buff it as you're supposed to do, see what it looks like. Okay, I've let it sit actually for about 10-15 minutes, so it should be good and dry by now. I'm gonna go ahead and just do what they said, and that's buff it a bit. You can see the spots here, and I really don't look for those to go away, to be honest, only after use and fading from the sun. But I do think they will fade, by the way. So I'm not real concerned that, yeah, you can actually see the spots and stuff there now. I don't think it's a big deal. Again, I think it will fade with use, so not that big of a concern. I know some of you probably are seeing that going, geez, that looks worse than it did before, and you're right, it does. But like I said, shoe polish does not last forever. That's why you have to keep applying it. So I do look for it to fade out. What I'm really looking for here is to have the under areas, like there, if the camera picks that up, that's the flap, if you will, of the leather that is still white. When you push it down, it blends right in and goes away. I might actually clip that off. I think I will, because I don't want it to continue pulling as I get in and out. Now on this one, it looks like I either missed that one or it did not take well, but you can see there's still some white underneath right there. So I'm going to hit that again. This one I'm going to just kind of clip that off, I think, because that's the white that's showing there. But anyway, that is what it looks like right now. So I'm going to hit this one again real quick, but I'll do that off camera. So that is my attempt at fixing my seats in the Tacoma here. Again, just sickens me that it even happened to begin with, but things happen. If you use them, things happen, right? So I'll come back on somewhere in the future after this has a chance to wear and fade and all that, and let you guys see what it is down the road. It'll be a while, I'm sure. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'd be curious to know, was there a better way, something else that I haven't heard of? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, if you're interested, I do have 2 additional channels. RobMotive FST, all about my 2021 Toyota Tundra, and RobMotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.